The movie introduces Lauren Monroe, a lawyer offered a case that promises $1 million fee. She is asked to defend a criminal, but Lauren's son, being an honest person, politely declines, explaining that her conscience won't allow her to represent wrongdoers. Many view her as a lawyer who values justice more than money. Next, we meet Lauren's younger brother, William Monroe, a politician with ambitions to become the mayor of New York City. Meanwhile, Lauren's father, Archer Monroe, a wealthy businessman, struggles with breathing difficulties. He manages to get into his car, but tragically dies on the way home. At a press conference, Lauren is informed of the devastating news by a reporter and is visibly stunned. Lauren, William, their mother, Catherine Lauren, Scott, and their daughter Claire attend the funeral. After it's over, the brother talks to his sister. William mentions that their father was proud of his daughter. They also discuss their mother's move to a place closer to them. Later, Lauren goes to her father's office and recalls how he taught her to play chess, connecting it to the game of life. A week later, the Monroe family's lawyer announces the late Archer's will, according to which Catherine becomes CEO of their company. William receives $20 million, while Lauren only receives $1 million. The remaining $50 million is to be donated to the police and medical schools. After the will is read, the lawyer approaches Lauren alone and hands her a package. He tells her that her father left her the package. Opening it, she finds a flash drive and a pair of keys. She plugs the flash drive into her laptop to find a video of her father telling her that she should take this information to the grave. Her father apologizes for not being able to tell anyone when he was alive. After watching the video, a stunned Lauren goes to the woods, where she finds a surface with a lock that looks like an entrance to somewhere. She uses the key from the previous package to unlock it, but finds a staircase leading to a basement. Lauren plucks up the courage to go down into the bunker despite the darkness. She opens the door and sees a man tied up. Lauren bravely checks him out, but he suddenly moves, forcing her to run away. Horror. Lauren returns home and decides to call the police for help, but her brother intervenes. He says that he feels sorry for her about the distribution of the money, so he wants to share his part. But Lauren refuses, saying that money is not important to her. Later that night, Scott approaches her and asks if she is okay. However, Lauren claims that she needs to be alone and sends him and Claire back. She looks at a childhood photo of herself with her father, which triggers a memory of an argument she had with him. It turns out that Archer asked her to represent their rich friends in court, but she refused because she doesn't defend criminals. The next morning, she decides to return to the bunker. This time, she is armed with a gun. Lauren notices a man sleeping. She quickly takes his fingerprints to find out who he is. At this time, the man opens his eyes, prompting her to flee. After a while, she returns wearing a mask and asks him who he is. He seems to know everything about her, including her birthday and even how she got married. Against her father's wishes, she takes off her mask and asks him again. The man tells her that he feels like a member of the family after being held captive for so long. He asks her if she is a good person, and when she confirms that she is, he asks her to let him go because that is what a good person does. However, Lauren believes he did something to warrant his imprisonment. She tries to find out what's going on, but the man first demands a juicy steak, Caesar salad, cigarettes, and a bottle of 30-year-old whiskey. Lauren threatens to leave him here forever, but he is not afraid and replies that her conscience will not allow her to do so. Knowing that he has the upper hand, she decides to meet his demands and gives him a razor to shave before she leaves. When Lauren returns home, she sends the fingerprints to her detective friend and asks him to gather information as soon as possible. After that, she buys everything the man demanded and returns to the bunker. The man, after so many years of imprisonment, finally begins to enjoy a delicious meal with tears of joy. She also gives him a chocolate bar. The man tells her that her father used to bring him chocolate once a year and give him one square piece and leave the rest on the shelf to mock him. After eating to his heart's content, he introduces himself as Morgan Warner. According to him, he met Archer 30 years ago, and they quickly became friends because they had 3 vices in common: gambling, ego, and women. They became business partners, and one evening they had a few drinks together. Archer ran into a pedestrian and killed him on the spot. Morgan wanted to call the police, but Archer insisted that if there was no body, there was no crime. As a result, Archer buried the body, and when Morgan objected, Archer attacked him and imprisoned him in the bunker. Morgan says that Archer was having an affair with a woman named Sophia. Lauren doesn't believe her, so he gives her Sophia's address and asks her to check it out for herself. He also tells her to ask Harold, because he has information because he writes everything down. Lauren is unable to comprehend all of this, but she somehow manages to stay calm. She then calls Emilio and asks him to check on a man named Morgan Warner. After that, she goes to the address where she meets Sophia Loren. The girl asks her where she met her father. Sophia answers that she met him while playing poker. During their conversation, she notices a photo of a boy and starts asking about him. To Lauren's surprise, Sophia tells her that this is her son Alex and Lauren's half-brother. Hearing this, Lauren cannot accept the truth, so she leaves in tears. She goes to the Herald and unleashes her rage on him for keeping such a big secret from the family. In response, the lawyer says that it is his duty to keep the information confidential. Lauren asks what else he is hiding. He replies that there is nothing else that could harm her. He also admits that he will keep the rest of the information secret anyway, so he tells her to forget about it. Later, Lauren visits her mother, who is preparing for Williams's campaign. She asks if she has heard of Morgan Warner, but she doesn't recall anything. That night, Lauren returns to the bunker to find out more information. She asks about the location of the dead body of a pedestrian that her father buried. Hearing this, Morgan offers a deal. He wants to take her there himself. Lauren reluctantly agrees and finally takes him outside. This makes Morgan very happy. After that, she starts driving in the direction Morgan pointed out. After a while, they arrive at the site. The man shows them where the body is buried. Morgan sits down and smokes, while Lauren starts digging the grave. Lauren's fears are soon confirmed. She finds a human skull, which proves that Morgan has been telling the truth all along. Unable to think of anything else, she hides it back and brings Morgan back to the bunker. He argues that she shouldn't be as cruel as her father. Morgan expresses his pain at not being able to see his mother, even at the funeral. He begs her to let him go because he wants to save the few years he has left. He also promises to disappear from their lives without causing them any harm. Unfortunately, even after a long explanation, Lauren apologizes to him and leaves with tears in her eyes. The next day, she goes to her brother's office and asks him for advice, claiming it is for one of her friends. She asks what he would do if the boy knew all her secrets and was a danger to him. William replies that he would throw his body in the river or pay some thugs to make this person disappear from their lives. Lauren then goes to the bunker with the bag. She makes Morgan promise that he will disappear forever. He says that he has been in this hell longer than she has been alive, and that once she lets him go, he will never look back. Lauren agrees and asks him to take a bath, saying that he will be released tonight. She goes to Harold and asks him to get $1 million and an airplane to get away from the man her father has hurt. Harold asks her why, but she refuses to tell him. In the next scene, Morgan is about to leave, but Lauren asks if her father has said anything about her. He replies that Archer was proud of her, but he didn't like her turning against his friends. At this point, Morgan reveals another secret about William, who bribed the union representatives. Lauren is shocked and immediately tells William about it, but he believes that bribery is necessary to get a higher position. He also claims that their father even bribed people to get the girl appointed as a district attorney. Unable to stand it, Lauren slaps him and runs away, warning him not to lie to her again. Finally, Morgan leaves the bunker. He took the chess piece as a souvenir. As soon as he gets outside, he breathes in the fresh air and feels free. Lauren drives him to the private jet, where Harold hands him his new ID cards and informs him of the funds in his account. Harold and Morgan board the plane, and Lauren returns to the bunker to clean it up. While doing so, she discovers poison under the bed, but she does not react, believing that everything is over. Meanwhile, Emilio finds Morgan's file and delivers it to Lauren's apartment. In the next scene, Catherine returns home and unwraps Lauren's package. Lauren walks in, and her mother asks her, frightened, why she has a picture of Carson. Lauren claims that his name is Morgan and tells her honestly that her father kept him in the bunker for years. Hearing this, Catherine realizes that this man is a cold-blooded serial killer. She asks about his whereabouts, but Lauren admits that she let him go. She then rushes to the airport, but finds Harold and the pilot dead. She quickly realizes that Morgan is after her mother, so she rushes home. A few minutes later, she notices the bunker door is open, so she goes in and finds her mother unconscious. While she checks on Catherine, Morgan appears behind her and turns off the lights. He then attacks her and knocks her out. Before tying her up after she regains consciousness, he confesses that he injected her father with the poison that eventually killed him. He also reveals the truth about the past. Morgan tells her about the night when Archer came to help his wife and drove him to the bunker, but on the way, Morgan distracted Archer and made them collide with a pedestrian. It also turned out that Morgan was the one who buried the body, despite Archer's denials. When Morgan decided to blame Archer for everything, he knocked him down and dragged him to the bunker, where he was severely beaten. Now Lauren is trying to convince him, claiming that she will help him get justice for everything her family has done to him over the years. But Morgan claims that he doesn't make deals. He wants them to rot there, as miserable as he has been for 30 long years. He also shares his plan to find the rest of the family and destroy them using all the secrets he knows. At this point, Catherine wakes up and tells Morgan that she should have killed him a long time ago, prompting him to slap her. Seeing this, Lauren goes into another phase and calls him a pathetic lunatic. This infuriates him, and he ends up attacking her and throwing her against the wall, then telling her that he is her biological father. This truth shocks her. At the same time, Katerina manages to grab a gun and shoot Morgan in the back of the head. The movie ends with Mom and Lauren pouring gasoline on the bunker, setting it on fire, and watching it burn. God, let's say you're in the same situation visiting a stranger in your basement.